Welcome.
Welcome
to Wine and Words, episode 3.
3. Trace.
I am Shari.
I am DNC.
And we are here once again.
Yes.
Our topic today will be regional differences.
Yes.
But first, what are we sipping on today?
What aren't we sipping on is the question.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
It's very large.
It is. So this is her choice.
Is
So I'm
it?
gonna let her. Yeah, this big bottle.
So I'm going to be perfectly
Shari's
honest.
choice.
It was in my bar. Somebody gave it to me as a gift.
It's not hot.
It's not hot. It's called Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
And it is called, what is it? Liberty Creek.
It's
Pinot
our
Grigio.
first white wine
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
it
season.
And it's from California.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much it costs because I got it as a gift, but it's pretty big.
It is big. And
So-
it's not a twist top.
So
we about
you
to
know
get-
it's expensive, girl. You
we about to
know.
get technical.
Okay,
So
let's
all right.
do that. What is-
So
what
this
is-
is
what
this was also a
contraction?
gift, a wedding gift.
We got contractions going on.
We do. This is
Mhm.
real dope. If we don't break this, okay, hold the bottle.
Wait,
So don't.
it's a 2-person team?
It is.
Oh, look at this
No, we gotta get a second part. Oh yeah, we have Miss Page in here
now. Once
also.
again, because she won't let mommy do nothing by
Mhm.
herself. So.
And guess what? As we've said before in other episodes, this is a life of a mother.
Mhm.
So we got 2 other kids out there, one hers, one mine.
They may
come in
you
here.
never know.
So again, don't be mad. Be
Mhm.
patient.
They cute though, so you know,
Be
why not?
patient. All right.
Oh, this is heavy.
It's heavy.
It's like a
I'll hold
gallon
it.
worth of wine.
I'll hold it. Okay. Get your glass.
Oh yeah, let me get prepared. I'm sorry.
I'm tripping. And this time we're gonna toast on this episode. We didn't do it on the last episode.
You didn't?
No, we were too much in conversation. You need more?
No.
I feel like you were still sitting
I
at the.
mean, I'll take what I got.
This because this is regional thing, and that's what they do up in
Hope.
up on the East Coast.
Hope.
They drink a ton of wine.
Is it? Thank you.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, back to the topic.
Topic.
As she pours,
Mm-hmm.
regional differences.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I am from New York City, in particular the Bronx.
New York.
So yes, the city, not like New York,
Yeah,
and you're right
yeah.
outside, and like, not from New York City.
Concrete jungle.
Right off the 2 train. Okay? Oh, I don't know about the singing though. I'm gonna let her live.
I don't know the words, but it's a great song.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, she's from
I'm from the Midwest, and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And no, I don't know Nelly, but I have friends who do. And yes, I do know Chingy.
I know Jay-Z.
So-
why you gotta know somebody?
You know Jay-Z?
No, I don't. I'm just saying why
But
you gotta know
literally-
somebody to
So
say this.
literally, because I guess people
You know
think
Jay-Z?
St. Louis is so small, they be like, oh, so you know
Is it
Nelly.
really that small?
I didn't think so, but apparently when I came down here, it's like, oh yeah, Nelly.
No, I think that's just because
You know
that's the
Nelly?
only thing people know about.
You know
St.
Chingy
Louis.
though? I know you know Chingy.
Everybody knows.
And I
Chingy.
do, but I'm just saying, I know his sister before I know him. Okay, thank you very kindly.
Okay.
All right, we got to sip on this.
So yeah, ready? We toasted.
Toasting.
Toast.
Peanut Grigio.
Mhm.
Oh, the smell. Let me give you the whip.
You know, I
The
skipped
floral
that. Sorry.
base of it is very light.
It's
Fruity.
actually pretty good. Yeah, it's
Fruity.
fruity. It's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on now. We don't need sound effects. she
You have
thinks
to
she's
bring it in
Napa.
the air. It really releases the flavor. Yeah, it's good. It's not.
I can do this.
It's sweet and dry.
Yeah, it has
Sweet and dry.
Sweet beginning and then dry end.
Yes, it's sweet and dry.
Okay. I see you. Was it
Mm.
Battle Creek? Liberty Creek?
Let's show it again.
Mud Creek? What is it, Creek? Liberty Creek.
Liberty Creek.
I see you play. I don't know how much that
Does
costs.
that mean this is made in New Jersey?
No, it says California. Well,
Is it the Liberty Bell
stop it.
in Philadelphia?
Stop
That's in
it.
New Jersey. Philadelphia.
It's already getting to her. Okay, so back to this. So we talked about where we're from.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe your upbringing?
How would you describe yours?
Oh, just throw it back at you. Why not? So I grew up in the heart of the city in the Bronx.
Okay.
Probably, I guess, would it be considered a poorer borough? I guess from the outside in, the Bronx is probably one of the poorer boroughs. I went to poor. I went to public schools with a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
But I was considered high class because we had, girl, we actually lived in a house and we didn't live in an apartment or in a project.
Okay.
And we also owned a car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, more than one car, to be honest. We had more. You know, my mama was doing those big days with several jobs, you know.
single mother ball
Yeah,
out.
so
Hello.
I was
Toast to
considered,
that.
let's do it.
Yes.
I was considered high end or high class to my friends. I was the bougie girl, which I mean, if you left the Bronx and went elsewhere, I was poor. But where I was high end. So I feel like I was brought up pretty well. I wasn't in the projects. I wasn't out in these streets. My mom tried to avoid all of that because of where we lived. And I didn't grow up rough as you would expect somebody like the stereotypical New Yorker grew up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Now your turn.
So, outside of what the media may show you, St. Louis isn't the worst place to live. I grew up in a town, and I'm not gonna lie, it was rough. I grew up. I'll say around St. Louis. I went to elementary and preschool in Florissant. Moved to Maplewood Richmond Heights in middle school, and then to Kirkwood. I'm pretty sure people who are from St. Louis may say that's moving on up, but it's still the same thing.
Don't know what any of that is.
And that's okay. So let's see. For me, growing up, I would say my grandparents were probably middle class. My mom was middle class, and then she had a devastating job loss. So we ended up moving with my grandparents. And she ended up getting remarried, and I ended up moving up with them in a 1-bedroom apartment for like a year, and then we ended up going and get our own house.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? So, and my mother. So to me, honestly, my mother was a single parent through and through, because she did what she needed to do. My dad did his best, and and she did everything else that she needs to do to make sure my upbringing was as great as it could be. I was spoiled. There was probably maybe in middle school when things started to get a little rocky with finances, that I started to hear no more, and I was like, okay, that's what's up. All right, time to move forward.
By then you understood.
By then I understood, and it was time for me to find my own transportation, figure out job situation. It was just maturing a little faster than I guess other people would say, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. That's a part of life.
I had a job at 14, and that made me the person I am now.
I'm saying my first job was Six Flags. The photo person, I was telling you this. Hey, stop. Would you like to take a photo real quick before you go into the park? Because I always know those people. I sold out constantly. Okay, I did and let me tell you. That works now. I can stop you right now and want you to take a picture, and you gonna stop.
Good to know.
I'm just saying.
Valuable information.
Yes. So, and one thing, we ain't country. Just because you hear me say ain't or her or there,
it sounds a little. I mean,
that doesn't mean I'm country.
It sounds a little country.
We're a mixture. Midwest can be a mixture of things.
Okay. So with that being said, we both now reside in Georgia, in Atlanta.
Peachtree State.
I have been here for 10.
Same for me.
10 years.
2008?
So, 7 actually, but
that's almost
so yeah.
That's 10 and a half.
Wow.
I've been here for 10. It was August of 2008 that moved down here. So 10 years in the Peachtree State.
Yeah, so I don't know if we can consider ourselves not from Georgia at this point. We might as well say
I ain't from Georgia.
Oh,
I'm from St. Louis.
She shut it down quick. Okay. Okay.
Through and through.
Okay. And
not to say that I don't love it.
To be fair, where you went to high school, where you were raised, is where you're from. Because that made you the person. Those were your molding years, and that made you who you're from.
I mean, I went to school in Missouri, so 45 minutes from St. Louis. So I'm St. Louis through and through.
It makes you who you're from.
It makes you who you are.
So the regional differences. So clothes. We all know New Yorkers had a typical style of clothing, and we see it in videos. Jay-Z and the people from the 90s. Remember the 90s? Yeah, Timberlands, jerseys, white T-shirts, fitted hats. That made it popular. And that, to be fair, that's what people were walking around doing. It wasn't like, oh, you see this on TV, but when you walk down the street, it's a different thing. That was it. He was representing what New York was.
Living it.
You had to stay in a certain name brand. Unfortunately, our culture in the city was based on what you had, even though you didn't really have nothing. You
made it look like you had a lot more.
You're wearing a $500 jacket, but you live in a project. It didn't. As an adult, looking back, I'm like, that was stupid. But when you're a child, you're like, oh, I need that jacket too. Mama, can I have it? And she's like, girl, you better get a job, which I did in order to buy the clothes.
It sounds like you earned them clothes there.
I did, girl.
How about you?
Thank you.
Earn it.
This is when Iceberg was popular. I don't even know if anybody was like Iceberg and Coogee. I don't know. Coogee. Do you remember Coogee?
Yeah, I think they bring Coogee back out.
I'm aging myself right now. Parasuco. Working hard to get these because my Jamaican mama was not doing
What
it.
is a Parasuco?
Oh no, wait a minute now. Do you not know what a Parasuco
I do not know what a Parasuco
The
is.
jeans with the stripe, they were extra tight. Spandex jeans with the stripe that reflected. They were going on the side.
I didn't know those had a name.
Parasuco girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so all these things you had to stay in line or else you would not be, I don't want to say popular. I was popular, but
you'd be bullied.
Yeah.
You'd be bullied.
So, and it's sad, but that's part of your upbringing. And
it's a different bullying. So here's the thing. Not to go off topic, but I feel like when you didn't have those things when we were growing up, it was one of those things of, okay, you're going to bully me. We either going to fight or I'm going to find a new group of people to hang around who going to fight for me. So it's different than how it is now.
Yeah.
So we use it intermittently right now. Right. We don't want to say it's good at all. But when we grew up, it didn't seem as heavy as it is.
It was just I made fun of you and nobody was committed suicide.
Nope.
None of that. No. So yeah, clothes was a big thing that stood out in New York as well as the music because I grew up during the time when New York was hot. H-O-T. Now down here. So, but then that was where it was at. Manners, we weren't, as everybody knows, that stereotype is true. We're not friendly. I'm not a friendly person. I will tell you face to face. I'm not friendly, and I'm not denying it. I've been in the South long enough to pick up a little bit of friendliness. She's friendly to people I like, and in order to like you, I have to know you.
This is the similarity. This is probably why me and her get along a lot because her unfriendliness is friendly to me. Her not sitting there talking. That's how we met. Her not sitting there talking to anybody, and I looked at her. She actually made eye contact with me. I was like, okay, she cool then.
This girl is.
She cool then. That's how I did it. Okay, hey, what's up? What's going on? But like when we get to me, we'll talk about it. But there's some similarities in how she grew up and how I grew up, and that I think can tie us together in many ways.
So saying that, coming to the South was a bit of a culture shock when it comes to manners and mannerisms of the culture. For instance, men would say hi to me just to be nice, just hello, man, how are you? And I'd be like, I don't know, I'm married, I don't know, I'm not talking to you. And it's just they were being nice, but I'm not familiar with somebody being nice to me in the street. It's weird. That came across as you were trying to hit on me, so I had to get used to that situation. And it's just different regions are just different. Meanwhile, they probably thinking this girl's a bitch. I was this is what I'm used to. If you're yelling at me in the street or saying hello to me in the streets because you're trying to get my number. Not you're just being a nice person because you're Southern.
That doesn't mean that he still was.
Well, you know, but they come at you a different way.
Okay.
I'm
a little more polite with it.
Yeah, in New York, you used to get grabbed up. Walking in the street, hey, miss, hey. Well, hold on. I don't know where your fingers been.
That's why y'all men.
You gotta be.
You gotta build up that hard shell. Can't have nobody in your bubble.
Yeah, well, they in your bubble. They in your bubble and more. You gotta build up this hard shell to detract all the negative around you. Yeah. And I mean, you're in so close proximity to people all the time. Your subway is packed. You're like this. Your bus is packed. So you just gotta be mean. And it's just the way you were brought up. It's my mama never teach me how. My mother's from Jamaica. She's the sweetest lady ever. She didn't teach me how to be mean. It's just it's like ingrained in you because you have to get these negative energies away from you. So go ahead.
That's a very good point.
I think that's where it's coming from. That's very good. Look at me with my points.
Cheers to you.
You know what it was. I could be a psychologist. I could do it.
All right, so growing up in St. Louis, when it came to clothes, so this is where I feel like sometimes I get frustrated because I don't feel like St. Louis really had a lane because we picked up from everyone. So we picked up from East Coast, West Coast.
You know what I was about to say. Those Air Force Ones, though.
Them Air Force Ones, yeah. Those. I'm gonna get to the tennis shoe. The tennis shoe game, I think, was just totally different in St. Louis. We just had
tennis shoes. It's called sneakers.
Between.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Between St. Louis and Chicago, here she go. The shoe game was just,
about regional
a whole nother level. Well, we go to the female side. So in St. Louis, yeah, we did the name brands. And let me tell you, when I say we, I don't mean me because my mama wasn't buying me that. I was borrowing it from my sister or I was borrowing it from my girlfriends. But we were into like Tommy. We were into Polo, definitely Polo, Nike, Jordans, all that stuff. I don't know if have you ever heard of Adibeads? So there was a necklace style, and I swear if I could find a vendor right now,
Where?
the Atta beads are real dope, large beads that people used to make.
ATTA.
Atta bead. Don't ask me the spelling of it. I'm telling you how to say it.
Okay, people want to Google.
I think it's Atta
They
beads.
need a reference.
It sounded out Atta beads. How do you spell it?
It's either ADDA
Or ATT. Atta beads.
Mm.
Okay.
We'll figure
Either
it out.
way,
Y'all will
they're a
learn.
beautiful necklace. If I
Somebody
find
will
it,
comment
I
if you know what
am
you're talking
going to
about.
put it in the description. But they're beautiful Atta beads. I mean, St. Louis is about really a vibe. How you look was how you felt through and through. I mean, we were the people like you crease your jeans like before. So I don't know. I don't know if New York had this, but in St. Louis, there's two places that we used to go when I was younger. It was Saints and it was the Palace. Sorry, we're getting interrupted by a child.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Brooke.
But he was bothering me.
Come here for a second. Come here.
Y'all want to visit?
Come here.
You want to have a visit? Come on,
here.
children. Open the door.
Push.
Mommy.
Yes.
Come introduce yourself.
Say hi real quick. Be careful. He. Before. Oh,
Brooklyn.
Brooke, what's your name? They can't hear you.
Come over here, kids. Go around.
Chase. Say your name out loud.
Why are you whispering?
This is Brooklyn. She is my youngest.
I want.
Oh, it's not your turn yet. Okay, Chase, you're going to knock it over.
Say
This
Chase.
is Chase. So speak.
Okay, go.
Speak.
No, okay, both of y'all.
Hi.
How old are you?
4,
No, you're not.
5.
Oh, you
You just
forgot how
turned
old.
5
Look
about a
at
week
you.
ago.
You did.
Okay, now get out.
All right, bye.
Bye,
Bye.
children.
Y'all go play
We're-
nice.
we're-
If you want a piece of candy, you better go play nice. Yes, we do bribe our kids to do
We
good.
sure do.
Go.
Gotta do what we gotta
Come
do.
on.
Chase, out please. Go.
What are you doing? You know that's not a toy. Go. You have 5 seconds. 5,
Mother.
4.
Oh, keep doing the
3.
countdown. Countdown.
Enjoy the movie. Please close the door, Chase. Chase, can you come close the door?
Countdown.
Thank you.
This is real life. We ain't even gonna edit this
Hey,
out.
ain't
This
no
is life.
edits in here. This is what you get.
Hey.
Paige
She
is
right
fine.
here, baby. She good? Close the door. Thank you, ma'am.
Go.
I mean,
go.
sir. I got 2. So we got a babe, I got a sir. Okay, where were we?
So St. Louis.
Closing.
So yeah, we would crisp it up. Like, okay, there was 2 places you went in St. Louis. It was Saints and the Palace. And okay, Brooklyn, don't cry. She'll be fine. And it comes from St. Louis. My mama always told me you'll be fine.
You'll get over it.
So Saints and the Palace. And what we used to do, Friday nights, we used to crease up our pants, make sure our plaid Tommy
Plaid.
shirts were ironed up, and hit the Palace.
What is
And
it
this
now?
was the
club?
Palace is a skating rink
Oh, okay. We had
with
that.
a
We had
club
skate
on the
team.
inside.
No, we had
for
skate
team.
team.
You
Yeah.
had skate team. We had
Mhm.
one of those too, but it
people
wasn't
used to
as
get
popular
slashed
as.
at skate keep.
I mean, sure, that was just a part of it.
Oh, okay, so we.
I mean,
can say we did.
slash, jump, locks, whatever they could squeeze
My
in.
mama didn't want me to.
But
go.
we're not talking about violence.
No.
And they had lock-ins. I don't know why they would allow teenagers to have lock-ins, but let me
What
tell
parent
you,
is allowing you to go?
there's a lot of them. There was a lot of them. I wasn't one of them. I tried.
Lock in at 15. Boy, bye. You better go sit down on that couch.
I tried.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from. I mean, yeah, we had the baseball caps and all that. We did do Timberlands based on New York.
Mhm.
You know, we did do
I mean, New York
Converse.
just set the trends for most of the country. I'm just saying. It's New York City. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to throw shade. It's just a well-known
We
fact.
wore Converses like the West Coast.
During the 90s, New York set the trends for a lot of people.
And we rocked Air Force Ones like the Midwest. There's no one else who can rock an Air Force One.
Mm-mm.
Yes, Brooke. Yes, go get your iPad. Yes, and she does watch her iPad. I don't care what time it is because
Screen
I need some
screen
time.
We
Oh,
need time.
damn. So yeah, our clothes, that was pretty much how we dressed. And so there was this hairstyle I could not wear.
Not
My
the
mom would
hairstyle.
not let me cut because
Oh,
it
okay,
meant
touch
something
it, yeah.
back then. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was a
I
short
can
on the
cut my hair.
top, long on the back. And I used to
A
be
mullet?
It
That's what
wasn't
that
a
was.
mullet. We did it better than any mullet could be done. You understand? It'd be real cute, short on the top. I want to say they got it from like Salt and Pepper, like Salt and Pepper hairstyle.
It's still a mullet.
It was not.
That's
a
the
mullet.
definition of a mullet.
It's
Just
not a
FYI.
mullet. There's not a party in the back and fun on top. No, that's not what's happened. But there used to be a hairstyle too. So with that, when you come out, so I'm gonna go into manners. So when you come out in your best fit, you have a certain ego about yourself, and you're supposed to. You look good.
Mm.
So
And you're
St. Louis
clad
was
and
known, especially, and I'm gonna talk to the women's side because the men, I don't know, but for the women, if I don't know you, you don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I
Pretty
look
fair.
at you and you look at me wrong, we got beef.
Pretty fair.
That's just what it was. Period.
Pretty fair.
There was like,
Why are you looking at me?
there was no reason for you to be looking at me if
What?
you ain't know me or
Something
you wasn't
wrong
about to
with my
walk up to me and ask me, hey, do you know somebody? Blah, blah, blah.
You right. Or I've
There's
seen
a-
you here before.
There's a way to greet people when you come to St. Louis. Hey, how are you? What's your name? What high school did you go to? If you ain't doing none of that, ain't no reason for you to look at me. Period. You know?
I see.
And I mean, literally, that's the greeting right now. If I go back to St. Louis and see an adult or someone come
The
meet
fact
me in
that y'all can
Atlanta,
ask what high school you went to.
it means
you
it
were
tells
like
a
5
lot.
High schools? Like how many high schools?
It's not that. It tells about like what area you grew up in. But for me, I have to give a disclaimer. I went to Kirkwood. However, I grew up in Maplewood, Richmond Heights, and Florissant. That's literally how I tell that spiel. They be like, oh, cool. Off of Haas Ferry? Yeah, Haas Ferry. Oh, okay, cool. It's a whole bunch
Meanwhile,
of
New
shit.
York City got like 70 high
It's
schools.
kind of like, y'all boroughs is like our
Boroughs.
high schools.
Got it.
Really. See
Getcha.
how that translation?
I understand now.
We
Look at
translated
this.
that.
Look at
This
this.
was the
Comparing and
connect.
contrasting.
This is the connect. So if we think about for again St. Louis women, because of that persona, we come off as mean. I've heard many times since I moved to Atlanta, oh yeah, St. Louis is full of mean red bones, mean crazy red bones.
There's a lot of light skin girls.
I guess I feel like there's a nice healthy mixture, but I don't know. That's what I've been told.
Gotcha. Maybe because you're light skinned, so they just
Probably just looking for conversation.
Yeah.
Want to make something.
you know how
up.
that is. Mhm.
But, so if we are mean and crazy, I'll take that because you don't know my background. You don't know what I've been through.
What
You
I
don't
did.
know what my parents
My
been through because that's normally how the attitude comes around anyway.
Mhm.
And as I do my neck like this, we do that all the time because in case you didn't know what we were really talking about, when I turn my neck like that, you really going to understand what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Just in case you weren't
Just
sure.
in case you didn't. But so when I came down here, I'll never forget this, and I tell this story all the time. I might have even put this into a blog post. When I first came down here, me and my cousin, she from New York too. We mean as hell. We don't mean to be. We just about that life. So if we go out,
It's just instilled, ingrained.
It
in our
is.
genetics.
when we were out with my husband, or before our husband time, whatever, my man. When we out and a girl say something to him, we have full on beef. It's time to shut the
Why
club
would you
down.
speak to my man? in
I don't
front of me?
understand.
Why would that happen?
I don't understand.
I'm
Why are
just
you being
concerned.
nice to him? He don't need niceness. He got me.
Unless you're a waitress and you're bringing him a drink, there's no need to speak.
And you bringing me a drink too.
At
And
the
you gonna
same
talk to
damn
me
time.
first before you talk to him.
Same damn time.
All I'm saying is, we used to have big beef. So one
Not
time
big
she went
beef.
to big beef.
Not little
girl.
but big.
Huge beef, baby. Ginormous beef.
Ginormous.
So we went to the club. I want to say it was at the Underground. I can't remember the name of the club at the Underground. It's no longer open.
You were young. I'm like, why were you?
But here, it was when we first got here. It was still
Okay.
popping in the
I'm gonna let you
Underground.
live.
It was
Hang
starting to
it up.
die down. It wasn't dead yet. So we were there. We were in the bathroom, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting on my cousin. She's using the bathroom, and all of a sudden this girl comes up to me, and this is what she did. She said,
Oh wait, you texted
"She
me.
said, right." That's my first thing. Like, bitch, we got beef too. She said, "Are you okay?" And then that caught me off guard. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Oh well, why you look so mean? Like you at a club, aren't you gonna be happy? Like, girl, smile. And she meant it so
nice. She didn't mean anything
sweetly
by it.
and kind. Like
No.
I couldn't. I was like, damn.
No, I get it. I walk
I'm that
around with
mad
that
girl.
face.
Yeah, I'm that mad girl right now.
But you can't help it. Your
You
face
could- I
is
couldn't
set that
help
way. We were
I
born with
couldn't
this
help
face.
it. But that was like when I knew, okay, you're in the peach cheese. You're in the
You gotta change up some
southern.
stuff.
You're in the Bible Belt with the Southern belles and the gentlemen, and you don't have to carry that weight on you. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I saw
And I
somebody
really
in St.
be trying.
Louis, when I go back to St. Louis, no lie, I kind of revert back. I try not to because I do feel like St. Louis just needs some positive energy,
Let me bring it there.
But like literally, that's how crazy it was when it went from me moving from St. Louis down to Atlanta and someone being like, "Yo, why you so mean?" I didn't think I was mean.
I get it.
I thought I was just chilling. Waiting.
See, I had a break. I had a 4-year break in 5. Well,
Mhm.
I went to college for 4 years, but I lived in Virginia for 5 years. So I had a break.
Okay.
So there was like a little.
So you got a little bit of it.
transition
You got a little
period.
bit of it.
Yeah, but the thing is, my college, Hampton University, HBCU.
How much you done had?
Oh, sorry. So
Try it again.
what
was
would
it? What is
say HBCU. I got
Boom.
that. Thank you.
Ah.
So was predominantly Northerners, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know why. I don't
Okay.
know what but my year at least, majority of people from
You
New York.
do know why?
Do I?
It's a bunch of PWIs up north. It's not a lot of HBCUs.
I mean, they could have went to Grambling. They could have went to Morehouse. How we end up with majority of New Yorkers at Hampton?
I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. So it was like 70.
'Cause
Nah,
Morehouse is South.
let's say 50.
Okay.
60% from New York.
Mhm.
Rest of them was DC, Baltimore. But either way, it was Northern.
Mhm.
So it wasn't a big change until I got to the South. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. These people are nice. They really are nice.
Mhm.
So with that being said, we now have children who are growing up in the South. And my son has never even been in New York. But you see my mannerisms, well, not so much mine, my husband's mannerisms, who's also from New York.
He is so
in
New York.
Him.
Yeah, he's
So
New York.
the way he carries himself, the fact that the little boy is 5 and he only wants to wear name brand, I ain't teaching that because I'll go straight to Target and Kohl's.
Hey, Chase
Yeah.
asked me if I want to see his bands. I was like, all right, show me
Not
your
the bands.
Show me your bands.
He do got a
baby.
Benz, a car, little,
Bands.
motor car. But anyway, yeah, and he shows off his BMW, his daddy's BMW.
That's what
at
it was.
school.
BMW. Yeah.
And it's like you're
That's
addicted to
his
name
car.
brand, and you are 5. But I
Mhm.
know where he gets it from. It's his father. It carries down generation to generation. The boy's never stepped foot in New York State, but it's carried down. It's like instilled in him because he follows what his daddy does, and his daddy has lived in New York. Is grew up and raised in New York. This one, the little girl, attitude on 12. And I know where she gets it from. It's from New York. She don't speak to nobody. She don't like nobody. I'm not gonna deny it. It comes from me. It comes from me. And it's crazy to see yourself and somebody else, but not only just yourself, the culture that you were raised in,
Mm-hmm.
coming into somebody else that wasn't raised in that culture.
Hasn't been there.
They just mimic what your mommy and daddy does.
And that's true because
Mm.
it's a little
Mm.
different for
Emma.
it's a little different for me. So my 2 oldest were pretty much raised in the Midwest. So when they came down here, it was a transition for them too, but they kind of fall into place. For my little one, it's you can see the difference between them and her. Really. Like they still so St. Louis and she is a Southern belle. She'd be like, "Oh, I fell. Oh, Jesus help me." I'd be like, "If you don't get you better, I can't do it, mama. I can't do it." And I'm not kidding y'all, she had an accent. She wouldn't talk with us now, but she has an accent too. And it's so weird to me because I'm like, in my mind, I was like, is my child soft? And it's not that she's soft. She's just picked up that lighthearted politeness too that you get down here in the South. And not to say that I wanted her to pick up some St. Louis, but I would like for her to because I think it does help thicken the skin just a little bit. And based on how society is, like we said, with bullying and all this other stuff, I just want her to have a different stamina for that type of influence and this type of society that she's growing up in.
It'll come naturally.
I hope
Both her parents are from the same place. It's gonna come naturally.
And here's the thing about my husband. Even though he grew up in St. Louis, he did a lot of traveling to the South. So did I. But him a lot more, and his family used to go to Alabama. And a lot of his cousins were from Alabama. So he still has that homegrown attitude too. He real polite. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, all them other ma'ams and hims and sirs and all that. Like he's so polite. And I look at him and I be like, you are too nice. But that's just part of his upbringing. So she gets a lot of that too from him. So it's weird because now I have to figure out how do I kind of push a little St. Louis. I'm going to buy her some Air Forces. You know, if I can find Attaby, you should get a band too.
She done made that up.
I did not make it up. I'm going to put it in the description.
Y'all know what Attaby is. Please
if my sister on here, everybody from St. Louis, y'all better talk about these Attabys on here. Don't leave me out in the air. Attabys.
Okay. I'm going to let you live.
Big, beautiful beads around your necklace.
You talking about them wood beads?
No, they're not wood beads.
Okay.
You don't make me feel like I'm crazy. No, they're Attabys.
Okay.
Anyway, but I do need to figure out how to give that a little bit to her because I do feel like she's gotten a New Yorker in him, which isn't a bad thing, but he's still going to get some of that southernness. I need to make sure, which means I probably need to go home a little bit every now to give her that balance so she can make it through. So I think we've kind of talked a little bit about this, but we're going to start wrapping up because we know we're running a bit long today. But it's a good conversation.
Okay.
So this will be part of our final taste. What do we love and love about our current influence and how that is projected on our kids.
Well, I love that New York has such a strong culture. Is that the word I'm looking for? Basically, you know a New Yorker when you see
You
a New
do.
Yorker. So it's
That's
such a
dope.
strong.
That is dope.
There's no mixing in. Like,
The
she's
shimmy.
from New York. The word son and what we have.
You
What
do
were
the
you doing?
shimmy. What's that
No.
called?
First off, don't break your shoulders. 'Cause that's not it. But anyway, but it's
Harlem Shake.
Are you done? Okay. So yeah, it's such a strong culture that you can't deny it. That
Yeah.
much I do love.
Mhm.
The fact that it's strong enough to break generations without them even being in the state is also something that's, I guess, noteworthy.
Mhm.
Is that a good word?
It
You're
is.
like,
I like
look at
that
you
word.
right there, noteworthy. Okay.
Wordsmithing.
So,
Literally.
but yeah, that's probably what I love the most about New York. What I dislike the most about New York is the prices. I mean, there's no more to say. Like, I can't go back there and live,
No.
especially not after living in Atlanta.
No. And that's the thing. Like, people ask me that all the time, would you go back and live in St. Louis? No, I'm in Atlanta. It's just a different vibe because to be 100 with you,
Why would I do that?
living in a place where I can see more faces like me, more faces like my kids, more faces like my husband, in one room doing big, incredible things blows my mind every single time. I cannot leave a place that spurs that type of energy.
Yeah.
It just is so positive to
Mhm.
see black, and even though you still got racism. So it's different though. I'm gonna talk to this real quick. There's a different racism in the Midwest and racism in the South. In the Midwest, you don't know where they are. You have no idea who it is. They'll get on their computer and talk that stuff, and then when you see them in person, hey, how you doing? You doing good?
Gotcha.
All right, how are your kids? Here, they don't. If they don't like you, they don't like you.
Mm.
But at the same time, they'll respect you. They'll be like, you know what? Can you move out the way, black girl, and hand me that orange, please? Okay. All right. I see you, white man. And whatever it is. But it's very outward, and either we gonna deal with each
It's
other
not a
or we're
secret.
not. It's
Yeah.
not a secret. They don't try to hide it down here.
Yeah, well, I would say I didn't have any racism. I mean, but majority of the people around me were not white. I grew up in the inner city,
Which
so,
makes it different.
Yeah, there wasn't even the cops
Mhm.
were Spanish and black, so it wasn't anything that I really had to deal with until I got to Georgia.
That's another thing we gotta talk to. One video. There's gonna be another episode
We
where
gonna
we
do
talk
that.
about
Don't you
like
worry.
what we missed, like what the South has taught us.
We don't
like,
want to talk about
all
what
the
we
way.
missed because that's a lot. That's a long list.
True. So my wrap up. So about St. Louis, the one thing that I absolutely love about St. Louis is that St. Louis breeds alpha females who are willing to do whatever they need to, not only for themselves but for the people that they love. There's not a woman that I know that comes out of St. Louis that ain't broke their back in some way 3 or 4 times for a family member, a loved one, or just a friend. Period. Some things that, of course, I wish that St. Louis would do more of is just love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about, oh my gosh, I want to walk up to you on the street. I love you, girl. Just look at a girl and be like, damn, I love your shirt. That is dope. Like, just be more
Rather than
open.
me.
And kind of, and it wasn't until I came down here like, yeah, that's kind of an issue. Like, which makes us more reserved, which makes that alpha female more negative
Hard.
in many ways. And hard is probably and aggressive because we're not that open with each other as women.
Mm-hmm.
So if we learn just how to look at a woman down the street and be like, girl, where you get that from? Okay, I see you.
Well, you would be crazy doing that.
Right now, if I go to St. Louis do that right now, I'd be like,
Ooh, what is wrong with her? Is she drunk?
is she drunk?
Mm-hmm.
She got to be on drugs. Got to be on drugs. But anyway, so that's the only thing about St. Louis that I wouldn't, that I would like to change. And so that's the final taste. I don't know if we have time to vent.
I'm going to vent real quick because I'm mad.
She's always mad about something.
These past 2 weeks have been rough.
Okay.
You understand my vent. Okay. My son got bronchitis.
Mm-hmm.
The whole family got bronchitis.
And?
Then we went to Medieval Times for his birthday. The whole family got food poisoning. Everybody.
Yes.
The whole baby. 2-year-old. Food poisoning. Then, yesterday, Halloween, fall down the stairs. I fell down the stairs. Son fell down the stairs. Twisted my ankle. Needless to say, it's been rough. It's been a rough week. But it's all past. It's going to end now. I'm stating it. I'm proclaiming it.
Yes.
Next week will be better.
And I agree that if I had an event, it's the change in the seasons. It always happens. Sick kids makes no sleep, sleepless nights, Let me tell you, my weight gain. I don't know if I don't know what the winter does. It just shuts off your metabolism. I don't know.
Just get some food poisoning, you lose 5 pounds.
I don't want food poisoning.
That's what happened to me.
And you look good too, baby. I thought every time I see, I be like, you lose weight. She be like, I threw up. Thank you. All right, y'all. So that's it. We're gonna wrap up. We know this ran a little bit long, but we hope you got some good stuff from this. If you ain't never been to St. Louis, you should definitely go visit.
And y'all all know y'all want to go to New York. So
I haven't even been in New York. When you gonna take me? I don't know.
No.
All right, y'all. We out.
Bye.
Bye. That's what's up.